is Mandy Lynn. I am the author of the young adult novel Essence and historical fantasy novel I Am Mercy, and it is week 2 of Camp NaNoWriMo. So what you just saw was me writing at the airport. So this past weekend was the AuthorTube retreat. So if you haven't watched any of those videos yet, please do, because I really hope by the time you guys watch this video, I'll at least have the vlog up. And we also did a Bean Boozled challenge, which was hilarious. So be sure to watch that. It was originally on Instagram Live, so it's a little pixelated, but it's still really amusing. But even with AuthorTube retreat, I was still able to get some writing done. I did some writing on the plane, on the way there, and then on the way back I didn't write on the plane just because I was so exhausted. But I did write at the airport during my layover, and I got some work done. So even with all that said, I'm slightly behind, which I'm slightly upset about. Because it's week 2, I was supposed to be on the structure edit phase of this novel, but I'm still on the adding extra chapters phase. I've done a little bit of structure editing on the way. Oh, we have a Mr. Moon. Mr. Moon's gonna join us. But this week I'm still finishing up, so I finished adding the extra chapters I needed at the beginning, and now my job is to add the extra chapters at the end to really seal up the ending, make it fabulous. And it's a thriller novel, so make it badass, not fabulous. But yeah, so I did get some writing in today. I wrote before work. I wrote during my lunch break at work. I don't know if I'll be able to write now because I have some like business stuff to do. And I also want to take a few photos for Instagram, so maybe I'll take you along for that. I can't remember the last time I talked to you guys. No idea. This week has been crazy because this past weekend was the AuthorTube retreat, and we have Mr. Moon, and I guess he's joining in on us. But I'm a little bit behind on writing right now. I wish I was a little bit farther, but that's okay. This week has been busy. Every week is busy, so it's not like it's a good excuse. But this weekend, I literally have basically nothing planned. So I plan on finishing writing the end of my 3rd novel. Finally, I can finish writing so I can just edit like I'm supposed to. And then I'm going to spend the rest of the month just editing, and then at the end of the month I'm going to send it to my critique partner Kayla, and probably a few betas as well. But yeah, so today I was tagged a little while ago for the, let's see, the writing routines tag that was created by Holly Davis and Emily Bourne. So they tagged Natalia, and now Natalia tagged me. So before I forget, I am gonna tag, because I always forget at the end who to tag. So I tag Kim Chance and Vivian Reese. So now you guys gotta do it too. But I'm just gonna jump right in and go through all these questions, because I figured what better way to answer writing questions than in a writing vlog. Do you stick to an outline when drafting? No. I have an outline. I have all the intentions of sticking to it. I just don't, because I'm bad at that. I let my characters take over, and then they start writing the story instead of me. Question 2, how long do you take to develop characters before drafting, or do you use the drafting process to get to know your characters? I tend to use the drafting process to get to know my characters. Usually before I start writing, I write a very, very vague sort of, this is my character, like they have this color hair, this color eyes, so I don't get confused when I'm actually writing. And I'll write like a few habits, but I find when I'm actually like in the throes of writing, that's where I figure out what things mean. And I should mention that I'm filming out in my living room just because my office is a mess. I don't feel like cleaning it. Question 3, what gets you in the zone to write? I have yet to figure that out. I basically, what do? Just sit down and write. Sometimes I'll listen to music scores. That'll help me get in the zone a little bit, or sometimes it just distracts me. It really depends on the day. Question 4, what time of day do you write? Do you stick to specific days to write? So during the week, I tend to write first thing in the morning. I wake up around 4:30, 5 o'clock. And if I have time, I will write. Sometimes my writing time varies from like a whole hour to just a half hour, which is really the most frustrating part about writing in the morning, because once I hit that half hour mark, that's where I'm like really getting into the story, and then I'm like, ooh, gotta go, bye. So that's annoying, but I tend to be so overwhelmed with things to do in the afternoon that I don't get to writing. This afternoon is different where it's Friday, so I don't care how late I stay up, so I'm gonna write. Question number 5, do you always write in the same place or room? So, as I just recently moved into this new house, and I have yet to figure out where I want to write. I've written on basically every seat in this house so far, and I don't have a preference yet. As long as it's comfy, that's all I care about. Question 6, do you listen to music during a writing session? So I answered this earlier. I use movie scores to kind of help me get into the writing mood. But again, I don't always listen to them, but you know, depending on the mood of the book, I'll either listen to really sad stuff or really like angry stuff, and there is no in between. Question number 7, how long are your typical writing sessions? This is sad. Like 20 minutes to a half hour. Sometimes they're an hour, but again, like I said, my time is very limited right now. It turns out like living in a house and taking care of a house is a lot of work. And I have a cat, so yeah. And me and Phil, we both work a ton. So we both have full-time jobs and writing and YouTube stuff and then house stuff. So actually fitting in writing is very hard to do. So that's why my writing sessions tend to be shorter. Question number 8, do you read back your work or edit your work before writing the next chapter? So depending on the day, I normally just go ahead, like I'll read the paragraph before to be like, okay, this is where I left off, and then I go ahead. It's very rare that I'll read back a whole chapter and then continue writing, because that's just distracting. I don't worry about editing at all in the first draft. Like, I don't even care if it's just a spelling error. I'll usually just leave it unless it's like a quick fix. Last question, number 9. What's your average goal for a writing session, aka word count, pages written, etc.? So my goal is always 1,000 words a day. I have this calendar. If you subscribe to my blog, you'll get the writing calendar for free. So it's basically the theory, 20K a month keeps the writer out of a slump. So it's basically the idea of writing 1,000 words a day, 5 days a week. And the calendar, you like fill in a little bubble when you've written your 1,000 words that day, and then you're done. Realistically, my goal has been more recently about 500 words, just again, because that's about how much I can get done in a half hour is 500 words. And this is new. I don't normally just write 500 words. I normally write at least 1,000. If it's editing, my goal is to edit a chapter a day, hopefully more. The more is always better. And that's it for that tag. This is not it for the vlog. I'm sure you'll see more exciting things. But yeah, it's really nice out today, so I'm actually gonna go ahead and write outside right now. Another gorgeous day. It's about like 65 degrees outside right now. But today is going to be a very productive day because it's the first weekend I've been home in a long time. Before I allow myself to do anything else, I am forcing myself to finish writing my 3rd novel. I'm finishing writing it today, I hope. But today is the last day of the 2nd week of Camp NaNoWriMo, and my goal is to finish it so the last 2 weeks of Camp NaNoWriMo can be me editing it, because technically I've already done a lot of editing, so there shouldn't be like a whole lot. Cross my fingers and knock on wood. Okay, so for those who didn't know, our house has a stream in the backyard. So cute little stream right there with a little bridge. We really have to clear things out. We're gonna make like a little place for a campfire. But we also have a pond, and on the pond there's turtles. And yesterday Phil tried to show me the turtles, but they got scared away by the time we got over there. But there's like so many turtles out right now, and it makes me really happy. I love this house, guys. I really do. Hold on. I have some news. I have finished writing my third novel, or I should say rewriting my third novel, because that's what this whole 2 weeks of Camp NaNoWriMo has been, rewriting. There's been a lot of rewriting. I had to add a lot of extra chapters, and now I'm done. I just finished writing the end. Like, the end, and I feel like it hasn't really hit me yet. Maybe because I know there's like, I think 2 random chapters that if I remember correctly, I skipped them because I was like, I know what needs to happen, but they're boring chapters, so I need to skip it, which might mean that I might just delete it completely. But with that said, today I started writing around noon. It's 4:45 right now. Mind you, I have not been writing straight. I've been getting so distracted, going on social media, taking a bubble bath, because, you know, why not? But I have written almost 3,000 words today, which apparently is what I needed to write the ending. And yeah, so today's the last day of the second week of Camp NaNoWriMo, so I'm wrapping this vlog up. It has been another successful week, which means I'm not on track with my original goal, but then like the second week I realized I didn't give myself enough time in the first week to actually do all the rewrites. So starting week 3, which is tomorrow, I will be doing edits. So I'm gonna start from the beginning, read through, take notes on things like structure-wise to make sure things make sense, and make any like corrections that I need to, and really cross my fingers that I don't need to do a whole lot of editing. But right now I'm working on like the timeline of when this book will be published, so stay tuned. Anyways, that's it for today's vlog. Be sure to comment down below how your Camp NaNoWriMo novel is going, and as always, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you for watching.